We have too many partners, but a lot of partners.
Okay, so can you like please give us a brief
Yeah,
explanation?
of course. Like the main goal of KIDEX is basically to revolutionize child sex education in Mexico. How? By new and better learning experiences.
Okay.
And we have three main axes. For example, the first one is comprehensive sex education. The second one is the prevention of child sexual abuse. And the last one is empowerment of girls. And all of these in turn to identify risky behaviors. So what we do, like the main activities of KIDEX is to give workshops, activities, games to the children in which they can, by playing, they can learn. Because it's different. For example, that I say you, Cesar, you're going to read two pages about, I don't know, something related to sexual education.
Okay.
And you're not going to, or maybe you're going to imagine you're like an 8-year-old child.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to say, okay, but why? Because they're going to ask me in an exam or something, because it's part of my grade. Okay, I'm going just to learn it by heart, and then I'm going to write it in an exam, and then I will forget it.
Okay.
And that's not the point. The point is that they can own the information and they can apply it to themselves. And they can also empower themselves by this. For example, in children from 1st to 3rd grade, we talk about, for example, self-esteem, emotional intelligence, like I love my body, the parts of my body, because they're not going to learn about, I don't know, condoms or something like that, like it's not their core thing that we want to develop in them. The thing that you want, like the main objective in these children is that, for example, they can identify if they're in a risky situation, for example, of child sexual abuse. Like here in Mexico, it's very common not to say, like, for example, the correct name of your sexual parts of the body, for example. Okay. And then these children are going to they're not going to know that they are being abused because they're not naming their parts of their body, and it's something really basic, but that's the problem, that we don't talk about this, and parents or teachers do not teach this to these children, and that's why we have problems. And for example, like partners, we have a lot. Like right now, we have a lot of coaches. For example, we haven't. The coaches are basically because Ari is like just starting in this area of psychopedagogy, but for example, I studied international business. I know nothing about this, but I like these topics. Okay. And we are looking for example, psychologists, sexual, doctors specialized in these topics. Tech, it's our partner too. Okay. We have like a lot of mentors there. What else, Ari? ¿Qué otros son nuestros?
We have animators with us,
exactly.
A brand new army of psychologists. And I don't know, if we hear someone has something to add to us, we hear them out. Mm-hmm. Because, I don't know, maybe another psychopedagogy specialist, maybe someone who has worked with abused children or abused women, like the more we get to the reality, the closer we get, the better. So we don't have a team like really, really structured, because they come along the way. Because, for example, I'm a social activist with International Amnesty in Mexico, and I'm on a network of activists called Vivan las Mujeres, that is like fighting against this patriarchy and feminine side of stuff. And I don't know if there is someone that I know that, okay, I have a foundation that works along with women who have been abused or have been raped, or children have been abused, I contact her and say, okay, can you come and talk to us about this? And maybe you can do a workshop or something to our people, because it is also important to us that we make our own people our allies in this fight, that they get to know what is, I don't know, feminism, what is to have a gender integrative sex education, I don't know, children's rights, which I don't know why people think that children doesn't have a specific rights when they do. So it's important to us. I will say that our allies is our own team.